Okay, now we get to the fun part. You have imported your ad, your advertisement. You have changed the tagline to make a negative message more positive, or to draw attention to the isms that are located in your ad or the harmful messages. So in this case, I changed the ultimate attraction to the ultimate repulsion. And you can look back at the other tutorial videos to figure out how to use your text tool and eraser and brush tool and all that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import another image on top of my advertisement to give this woman some clothes, because part of the reason this ad is so sexist is that she's just basically laying out there naked. So one way you could give her clothes is just use your brush tool and just brush on some clothes, draw her out some clothes. You can change the color palette, whatever you want. And fill in, hold on 1 second, ignore that. You can make sure you're clicked on the right layer, but if I'm on my image, I can just like kind of draw in some clothes for her. But if you want a more of a clean look and something more interesting that looks a little bit more smooth and kind of more polished, you can actually import other images on top of your advertisement. So that's one way to do your brush tool. Just as an option, but I'm going to do Command Z and undo that because I'm not going to paint in her body. I'm going to actually give her some business clothes. I'm going to give her a business outfit, give her some like respect. So I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type in business, whatever I want, whatever image you want, business suit, women, and I'm going to say with a transparent background so that I don't have to worry about like erasing the background. I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to click on Google Images to see what kind of images come up. And here's one with a transparent background. Here's one. This is cool because it's transparent and her neck is missing, so we could use the other image with her face. But I actually kind of like, let's see. Kind of like this one where she's pointing to this guy, right? So I'm going to choose this one by clicking down on it, and then I'm going to double tap to get your, oops, excuse me. I'm on an Apple, so it's a little different, but for you, you double tap. Otherwise, it's Control click or Alt click, and you're going to do Save Image As. So you need to download this image onto your computer. Save Image As. And I'm just going to title it to make sure I can find it again. So businesswoman in suit sounds good. I can save it in my MMA folder. Save. And then I'm going to go back to Photopea. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say File, Open and Place. Make sure you don't say Open because that's just going to open a new project. You want to do Open and Place. So we're placing this new image on top of your ad. Open and Place. And I'm going to find that image. Let's see. Right there. Actually, I downloaded two. I'm going to actually use this one right here. So I'm going to click on my image and say open. And now your image, notice it's right there on top of your advertisement. So we need to do a little bit more work to make it look, kind of get it in the right place. And then you actually do have to erase that white background. So the first thing I want to do is enlarge the image. So if you hover over one of the edges, you always want to use a corner. If I use the middle, like it's going to stretch the image and that distorts it. So don't do that, and don't pull from the side because that also just stretches your image. You want to always make enlarge from the corner to make it bigger. So that's looking better. And then I want to rotate it so she's lying down, right? So if I hover my mouse until it turns into those double, like the curvy arrow, that means I can rotate the image. So I'm going to rotate it around, and then I'm going to move it down, and it looks like I need to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm going to get it so that's whole size of her body, and that's perfect. So she's pointing at him, but now we still have that white background. So what I'm going to do now is make sure that you're still selecting this layer, this image layer, and I'm going to get my eraser tool. So your eraser tool, again, is hiding under your paintbrush. And I'm just going to erase the white part of this background. Now, you might get a notice that says smart object must be rasterized first. Rasterized is a fancy term. It just means that it needs to convert the image into pixels. So just say okay, And you might need to come up to layer and click on rasterize. And otherwise just say okay and it will be fine. So now you can go ahead, and when I use my eraser tool and I'm on this right layer, the image, I can erase the background of the white so that I'm just left with the girl, right? And I want to make my eraser size bigger, so I can do a little bit more at a time, and just keep going until you've made it a little bit better. So now I still have my tagline and I've got this new image on top. And again, you can use your mouse, your zoom tool, to zoom in and get real detailed. So like if I want to zoom in there, go back to my eraser, erase this part. I actually erased some of her hand, so I might want to undo and go back and fix that. But this is a great way to add another image on top of your ad, to give it some layers and some new kind of like finishing touches for your ad. So that is how you add an image. This is an option for you guys. Zoom back out, and it's looking better. I might keep going because I'm a perfectionist. I like to make it look really good. Got the woman's face, and get all this white area erased using your eraser tool. Okay, so that was how you add a new image. You just go up to File and you say Open and Place once you've downloaded an image that you want to use. By going up here, File, Open and Place. And that's only after you've downloaded the image that you want to use. And then you'll notice I have 3 layers now. The background is my advertisement. The middle layer is this business suit that I've just added. And then the top layer is my text layer where I added repulsion.